I have an eye condition, and I don't see very well at night. The light and darkness, my eyes don't shift very well between, and things get blurry. I've told Luella, my dear wife, that I figured it out, that there are mobile blobs and stationary blobs, and the idea is to avoid them both. And that doesn't make her feel very comfortable, so she said she'll drive. And we're heading out in Philadelphia on a agreed-upon destination, and we get to a light where I would have turned, and she goes straight. I can't leave that alone. I say, "Where are you going?" She says, "This is the way I go." I can't leave that alone. I say, "I think it's the wrong way. You know, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line." She says, "That's why I didn't turn." She says, "You know, Paul, I don't think it's actually a right or a wrong. I just think it's a preference." Now that makes sense, right? I can't leave that alone. I say, "What if my preference is right?" She says, "Paul, why don't we do this? When you drive, you choose the directions, and when I drive, I'll choose the directions. That's a sensible solution." I can't leave that alone. And I say, "Luella, if we were in a helicopter right now, and we were flying over Philadelphia, and we would swoop down on this location, you would know that my way is the right way." Luella looked at me and said, "Paul, I don't think a helicopter is what you need right now." Listen, I'm not surprised at the masses of dysfunctional relationships around us. I'm surprised at how many actually work. We're full of ourselves. And we need help. You see, I'm about to hurt your feelings, but it's my job. Hear what I'm about to say. If what Paul is proposing, that the DNA of sin is selfishness, that it's antisocial in its fundamental form, that it will dehumanize the people in my life, then I have to say this. Oh, this is so hard to say, but this is the portal to liberation. Here it is. I am my greatest relational problem. It's me. Now, don't misunderstand me. I know that you'll be sinned against. I know that people suffer abusive things. But my greatest, long-term, deepest difficulty in relationships actually exists inside of me and not outside of me. I don't believe we believe that. If I'm doing marriage counseling and I ask the husband what he thinks is wrong with his marriage, who do you think he's going to talk about? He's not going to talk about himself. And if I ask the wife the same question, guess who she's going to talk about? Now, at that point, as a counselor, I'm out of a job. Because there's no seekers in the room. Husband's just there to get his wife fixed. The wife's just there to get her husband fixed. Nobody wants what I have to offer. And that's why, hear the cure. Paul says, Jesus came for this focused and distinct purpose. Here I'm about to say, to rescue you from you. In His grace alone, we're rescued from us. That grace changes the whole paradigm. It changes the whole lifestyle. That grace is meant not just to give you future hope or past hope, wonderful past hope, wonderful future hope, but to greet you in your struggle in the here and now. That grace liberates you from you so you can actually have a thing that could be described as a relationship. Listen, I think we live in unrelational, non-relational relationships.